Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel and day floor of Vlogmas. I'm not awake yet. I do have coffee and not a cool coffee mug today. So sorry about that. I uh I have a ton of Christmas mugs. I don't know why I'm not I do know why I'm not utilizing them today because they are the highest in my collection. Most of my mugs hang from the wall, and the ones that are Christmas are at the top, and I can't reach them by myself. And I got up before Rich this morning. I'm going to preface this video by saying nothing cool is really planning on happening today. But the rain has turned to snow. It is the first official snowfall here, and I feel like that alone is worth semi documenting. Am I looking forward to having to walk to the office? No, not at freaking all. I'm gonna have to put real shoes on and everything. When I broke my ankle, there was barely any snow on the ground, and I literally was just taking the girls out. I had Leona and Indy, and I slipped on a tiny little hill in our yard. I just like skied down it because I had tennis shoes on, not boots. And there was like, it was just like a dusting of snow right after Thanksgiving. So I'm having like flashbacks. I don't want to go through that again. For anybody that was around during that part of the channel, oh my gosh. So I shattered my ankle. I just slipped and I don't know, like went down weird and just everything that connected my foot to my leg broke. I dropped the leashes. Leona and Indy ran right toward a 55-mile-an-hour road where people drive 80 in the morning. It was black. It was like 6:30 in the morning. Rich was making coffee. Seriously, one of the scariest things I've ever had to go through. I was literally just waiting for one of my dogs to get hit by a car because they ran right towards the road. Leona was a puppy. Like she was less than 6 months old at the time. And Indy girl, like she's black. She's a tiny little 10-pound black dog, and I couldn't see her. I was not really near our deck. I was like kind of over by the neighbor's house. And so I was like yelling for Indy. Actually, Leona ended up turning around and coming back and like, why are you on the ground, Mom? And I grabbed her harness. So then I was literally army crawling around the yard with a shattered ankle trying to find Indy, yelling for the neighbors to like help it, the butt crack it on. Finally, the neighbors heard me yelling, came out and went and got Rich, and they got the dogs, secured the dogs, got the dogs back inside, got me into the minivan, shipped me off to U of M, where I ended up having to have like a 6-inch plate put on the left side of my, like the outside part of my ankle, and I have two screws, I think, on the inside of my ankle, like holding everything back together. So that was fun. Highly, highly do not recommend. It took a year for that to stop bothering me, and now that it's cold out and like kind of damp, I do have like just like internal aches. Point being that I'm gonna have to be more diligent on footwear when I'm walking from here back to the office. Well, internally, you know, really wanting a house where I can do this in the basement. Like, that's kind of the plan. But I'm telling you, there's just nothing available anywhere. I have looked from here through Pennsylvania down into North Carolina area. Like, we would like, if anybody out there in their town, we need a little bit less of a cost of living. What we are looking for is not that crazy. Rich wants a garage. I would really like a Three Seasons porch. We had one on our last farmhouse. I do like the farmhouse style. We would love to have a basement so that I can move all my work stuff into one specific area of the house, where I can store stuff, work out of the basement, live upstairs. That's kind of the key points that we are looking for. Right now, we are not yet in a position to buy, but we're working on it. Hopefully, spring. So right now we are just looking for a rental. We can maybe push it to $1,700 a month, and that's been our issue, is that you can't find anything that allows pets for less than like $3,000 a month freaking anywhere. And Pennsylvania does not like pet friendly rentals. Jeez. No pets, no pets, no pets. Everywhere I've looked, no smoking, no pets, no smoking, no pets, or they want $50 per animal and the rent's already $2,000. Well, we got 3 cats and 3 dogs. Like, that's not going to work. It's not impossible to find. We rent here with the animals, and the farmhouse that we had before we lived here, I ran an animal rescue out of the rental. The landlord knew. He knew the day we signed the paperwork that I owned an animal rescue. He never had an issue with it. So it's not impossible to find, but it is kind of a needle in a haystack. So if you guys see anything in any of your areas that would be worth us taking a look at, let me know. That's kind of my morning spiel. Once I get real pants on, we'll go check out this. I am gonna actually go breakfast this morning. I don't really have any. Yeah, I'm not heating up dinner leftovers for breakfast. He's like, breakfast? Yeah, like I'm not gonna. What is on the burner? Something is on the burner, and that is eggshell. I am still trying to lose weight, so I'm not always going to eat pierogies for breakfast. But this stuff, if you guys are looking for alternatives, this Aunt Millie's is 40 calories per slice, and it's actually pretty good. Like, it doesn't taste like cardboard. So that's what I'm doing. This is kind of the finalized product. On the days that I am like eating in a calorie deficit, I'm trying to stay between 1,200 and 1,500 calories. I believe this is like 280. I just did the math in my head and then I spoke and now I don't remember. This is for Leona and the dogs. They get little bites, or else if you just heard her, she throws an absolute freaking temper tantrum when she doesn't get bites. Because you're spoiled rotten. I don't know why you're looking surprised. Right? Yeah, exactly. She's freaking spoiled. So this does get given to the dogs. So I'm right at 280 for this, and I'm about 90 calories for my coffee. This is basically like the off-brand Gatorade. Would you stop it? Off-brand Gatorade, cut down with mostly water. Like, it's this much water and like this much blue Gatorade, the off-brand blue Gatorade. And that is because I just got test results back. My triglycerides are up, which is crazy because I've already lost, like, at my heaviest I was 218, and I'm fluctuating between like 190 and 195 depending on the week. I'm trying to get back like under 190 is where my goal is at the moment, and where that's sustainable under 190. But yeah, my triglycerides are up, and y'all know, if you've been watching these vlogs, that I only have my small intestines and I get dehydrated pretty quickly, and I guess I just haven't been paying enough attention. So there was something that was high on my blood work that could be because of dehydration. So I am trying to drink at least 1.5 of these a day, plus water and milk. So anyway, welcome to my breakfast. Our dogs are definitely blankie dogs. What, you need one too? Yeah? It's cold, you guys need blankies? Yeah. There you go, Beagle. Get your butts all covered. There you go, Beaks. Oh, so you got breakfast. You got my breakfast. Ready for nap, huh? It's like snow. Wow. This is incredible. This is the time of year I actually really like the snow. Once Christmas is over, get me the F out of here. Like, let's go. Do you think it looks like we've already got about 1 inch? That's incredible. Oh, look. They're salting their roads. They like don't even do that anymore around here. We're just gonna come out and clear off the truck. It is so pretty. For like a month, it's very pretty. Well, I made it. I didn't fall. Nothing is broken. I have to grab a couple of things that sold, but that's gonna be on the solds video for the moment. I'm almost done with it, I think. It's hard to tell because the GoPro doesn't show me how long the videos are, and it's so many short clips that it takes me a while to figure out what kind of length of video that I even have and whether I'm done or not. I might do a little bit of that later. We'll see. I don't know. Right now, I'm gonna grab these couple of things and we're just gonna clear off the truck, and then I'm heading to an Al-Anon meeting. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I grew up in a very dysfunctional household with a lot of alcoholism and rampant in both sides of my family. So my mom's side's pretty much sober. Dad's side, not so much, but it is what it is. Anyway, I didn't really learn how to be a grown-up till I was like in my 30s. I fell into this job literally because Keegan's dad, his biological dad, couldn't keep a job. He couldn't hold down a job. And I knew he was going to be my only child, and I refused to not be there. I was going to be there for his first steps. I was going to be there for the first time he crawled, his first word, and I was. I started like garbage picking dressers like off, the side of the road, painting them, putting new knobs on them, and then selling them to the college kids for 60, 70, 80 bucks. And, my bills were getting paid and I was home with my kid. I started going to auctions, and originally I was going to storage unit auctions. Keegan was still in a stroller at that point. He was pretty little. And he went with me everywhere. This kid he's 19 now. He's never been with a babysitter. He's only ever been with family. And if, I didn't have a family member that could watch him, I didn't go. Me and Rich have been to like every school function, play, parent-teacher conference, all the things. And truly, he's a good kid. He turned out okay. So, point being, that's how this started. And it has literally just snowballed from there. I started when Keegan was a baby. He's like grown up now. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, Al-Anon. Al-Anon teaches you to kind of unravel dysfunctional patterns that you picked up when you were growing up and kind of understand, your part in playing a pattern. It is creepy how alike Rich and my dad are. Like, they even say some of the same things sometimes. It's really creepy. I am 100% working through my daddy issues with my husband, and Al-Anon helps me kind of work. All right, we are back from the meeting, and we went out to lunch with some peeps. This is what I was talking about, though. So that's the ceiling. This is how high my Christmas mugs are. So it's kind of hard to get to. I kind of need Rich most of the time when I need a Christmas coffee mug. I have been doing absolutely horrible with videoing today. I don't know what's going on with me. I am elsewhere. I got home and then realized that the dogs are out of dog food. So we had to come to Kroger to get stuff to make dog food and snackables for later. We're gonna catch up on Suits. Dog food has been made. Not doing anything fancy for dinner. I'm just gonna heat up some leftovers. I made this big pot of soup like 2 days ago. This is the very end of it. And I think tomorrow I want to do a roast. I'm craving like a real hearty beef stew. So I am snacking a little bit on my leftovers from lunch. I had like this Italian something, but I didn't eat all of it. So I'm kind of snacking on that while this heats up. And then I think we're going to go back to watching Suits. Okay, we're going to try to get Leona's spins. Nope, She's just gonna jump today. Okay, well, there's your food. This is what we're working at with the dip. Now, I seen this on a Facebook reel and I tried it last night and it was really freaking good. I've done pretty good with the calorie counts today, except for lunch. I blew it at lunch. I ended up with like an Italian sub with like this like creamy Italian dressing dip and onion rings, like blew my lunch. Other than that, I've done okay today, but definitely have gone over my 1,500 calories. Trying to get back on track with this. The base is cottage cheese. This is fat-free Kroger brand, and it is 80 calories for a half a cup. And I am splitting this with Rich, who's like trying to feed 3 people. So I'm mixing in this full can, which has 2 servings, about 90 calories a serving. So this is about 180 calories. The taco seasoning is, we're just gonna say we'll use 4 teaspoons. So like 60 calories. Or was that for 2? I don't have my glasses on. So for 2 teaspoons is 15. So if we're using 4, so actually it's 30 calories. These are really good, especially with this dip. So if you look at pretty much any chip, it is unreal. The amount of calories per serving size is crazy. These are actually not bad. It's 140 calories for 17 of them. And they're really good. Like the texture is good, the flavor is good, and it's really good with this combo. So like I said, I am sharing this with Rich, of course. We've got the tongue involved. So I am making a little bit more than I would if it was just myself. And then I'll just kind of split the calories. Oh my gosh, Beagle. Mike. Now that we got the taco seasoning mixed in, I'm going to nuke it for like 2 minutes. Chicken is drained. I am going to share this with the dogs. India's super over snowy weather. She doesn't want to do it anymore. Now that that's been nuked, we're going to add the chicken to this concoction. I will say that honestly, I was not a big fan of cottage cheese until very, very recently. I am giving it a chance, and so far, it's all right. I have this weird thing with words, and I think that's the fact that it says curds. You guys are going to think I'm ridiculous. So I thought for a very long time that I didn't like hummus. I just thought I didn't like it. And Rich was like, how do you not like hummus? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, have you ever had it? I'm like, I don't know. And he was like, well, if you don't even know if you've ever had it, how do you know if you like it or not? I was like, I don't know. And then I'm like, I think it's just because I don't like the word hummus. I think it was a similar thing with cottage cheese because it says curds. And I didn't like the word curds. I don't think I gave it a full chance until recently when I had to really cut down my calorie intake. But this is kind of, it. I've also seen a similar recipe floating around Facebook that was the chicken buffalo sauce and plain Greek yogurt. I kind of like this one better. That one's fine, and I love buffalo sauce. I'd put buffalo sauce on pretty much anything. But I still think this one with the combo with the popcorner spicy queso and this is like, it's really good. Anyway, this is probably a shorter video, but like I said, nothing really crazy happened today. Just a lot of, behind the scenes stuff. So I'm going to sign you off. We're going to eat our dip and watch Suits. We're watching Suits. Anyway, I'll see you on the next. Bye.